Hello, colleagues. We all know that Long Beach City College is special. Throughout its history, it has changed the lives of countless students. It is considered a wise financial choice. It's an amazing institution where students can receive an excellent education. But at the source of what really makes LBCC so special is, of course, the people who work here. We have the most amazing faculty, classified staff, managers, and administrators. When alumni are asked what they remember about their time at LBCC, it usually isn't a particular lab or textbook that makes them wax nostalgic. It is people like you. For more than 90 years, we have held a reputation for really caring about our students. Then along came 2020, and a whole new level of care came into play. When we could not see our students, we worked harder to figure out how we could see them. When we could not be together, we worked more closely and cohesively as a team. When we find ourselves and those around us unsure and often frightened, Long Beach City College employees found solace in our work, our families, and our students. I want you to know that your efforts, your contributions, your willingness to help each other out throughout this pandemic is so very much appreciated. Appreciated not just by me, but by our Board of Trustees and our Vice Presidents as well. That's why I'm so proud to address you today. Our Long Beach City College team is just incredible, and I can't sing your praises enough. There hasn't been a challenge too big or too complicated that you haven't been able to handle it. I know the pandemic has turned our world upside down. I know many of you are still adjusting to teaching through Zoom, and many of you are settling in the role as a teacher's assistant as you help your children with their distance learning. You're shopping for groceries to leave at your parents' home, and you're making extra masks in your spare time. But we're here today to celebrate what we've accomplished as a team and to give an extra shout out to those of you who have gone above and beyond since March this year by recognizing them with the Viking Impact Award. I'm delighted to kick off this video by introducing a special person who has gone above and beyond the call of duty when it comes to organizing our operations during the pandemic. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit back in March, it required the Long Beach Community College District to implement a business continuity response effort. Erin Murphy, in her role as Director of Special Projects, assisted in the early design, planning, and execution of policies and programs designed to meet the district's initial and ongoing campus response. There were many unknown factors in February and March. City and county guidance were in constant flux. The rules that were implemented yesterday might have changed today, but Erin was always on top of the latest information. She's been a key resource to the college when the only consistency of the pandemic guidelines was that you could always count on them changing. Erin has maintained documentation of LBCC's COVID-19 key decision timeline, not only the initial decisions that were made during the first critical months, but she's also updated them as we continue to work remotely. Erin also has the enormous task of maintaining the essential personnel spreadsheet that details when and where essential personnel are working on campus. This spreadsheet is updated and distributed weekly. Not only does she send out the weekly reminders, but she receives emails on a daily basis from people who have to be on campus at the last minute. And we can always depend on her to update everything quickly and accurately. Erin is the person who gets the ball rolling when there's a tough task ahead. She assisted in the creation and distribution of the Essential Personnel Travel Letter. She drafted the communication plan for the launch of online student and employee screenings, which began on October 21st. Erin has collaborated with the Executive Assistants in Academic Affairs and Student Services in the creation of a streamlined request form for emergency essential personnel and on-campus events. Erin has participated in many planning meetings related to the opening of the Child Development Centers, essential labs, and our athletic programs. And she has been a key figure in the COVID-19 response team meetings. She has truly worked tirelessly. You start to wonder when exactly does she have time to sleep. And then she continues to do more, like volunteering to be a campus screener for our students. Where the college needs a person to help organize, develop a plan, and help execute during this pandemic, Erin has been our go-to person. She does all of this cheerfully, without complaint. Her calm, steady, and even-keeled demeanor is a welcome respite in the COVID craziness. I'm delighted to recognize Erin Murphy with the 2020 Viking Impact Award. And thank you, Erin, for all that you do for the students and your colleagues here at Long Beach City College. Congratulations. Another amazing and talented Viking who has worked alongside Erin these months is our next honoree, Stacy Toda. As our Associate Director of Communications and Community Engagement, she has more than lived up to her title. Stacy has made sure that communications have been flowing, including being there from the very start of the conversations surrounding the coronavirus. She immediately assembled her team to create one of the very first COVID-19 micro websites in the California community colleges that featured up-to-date information for faculty, staff, for students, and for the public. Her fellow public information offices were impressed, and many have used it now as a template in creating their sites. Daily COVID-19 updates were orchestrated by her, all the while never losing step with the day-to-day operations and events that were essential to continuing any semblance of normalcy with LBCC traditions. She led her team through the first ever virtual commencement ceremony, grand openings, ribbon cuttings, Heritage Month events, and College Day. All of this while maintaining our presence with the press, generating press releases, the weekly In the Loop for colleagues and students, as well as our campus community newsletter. Since our closure in March, the demand for video production, Facebook Live events, and general communication requests have increased dramatically. And each time she has answered the call and risen to the occasion. Her professionalism and commitment to excellence brings out the best in her team, and she balances all this with an active 3-year-old by her side. We count on Stacy to ask the right questions, to always be thinking ahead, and how to best continue moving forward. She is a mighty voice and keeps this college informed and on the right track. Congratulations, Stacy.
Hello, colleagues. I hope you're all doing well. I want to thank each of you for your continued work in carrying out the mission of the college as we support our students and our community. In particular, I want to thank the Human Resources team, whose continued high level of service and care impacts all of our work lives. I have the privilege of leading a dedicated team of caring professionals who often go unrecognized. I would especially like to recognize the work of Elsa Boyd. Elsa has been with the district for over 2 years now. She embodies the spirit of service, of graciousness, and of creativity that is regularly recognized by her peers. Elsa has worked to transition our hiring processes from exclusively in-person to a now virtual process that ensures our continued commitment to open and fair recruitments, all with the high level of service and support that our institution has come to expect. Elsa has also assisted with other process initiatives that have helped to support our current remote working environment. Well, none of this would be possible without the collaboration and support of the entire HR team. Elsa, in particular, exemplifies the service standards that I am so proud to say the Human Resource team shows each and every day. I would like to congratulate Elsa Boyd for being selected to receive the Viking Impact Award, along with the others being recognized today, all exemplary examples of the pride our Viking family exhibits through the care and support of each other and our college. Thank you for the impact you've made. And go Vikings!
It is my great honor to have the opportunity to present the Viking Impact Awards for Academic Affairs. For classified staff, firstly, we cannot overstate the impact made by the classified professionals throughout academic affairs since March. They have been the backbone of our support in continuing instruction, and we are grateful for their perseverance, creativity, professionalism, and dedication to our students. The decision to select just a few people was very difficult, of course, but in the end, the 3 classified professionals selected are as follows. Valentina Leslie, Culinary Instructional Aide, CTE. Culinary was a particularly challenging area to transition to online back in spring and to bring back to campus this fall. Val went above and beyond to help the chefs and students get the equipment and ingredients that they needed to tape demos or do the assignments, such as creating a wonderful dish from home. She helped plan all summer for bringing the labs back in the fall. She was meticulous in working on the space plans, coordinating with facilities to ensure that kitchen spaces allowed for social distancing, and she got each instructor a microphone, ordered thermometers, helped to get and post signs directing students, and helped with uniform orders even though students couldn't try anything on. She helped get culinary students laptops, made sure that the chefs recorded their sessions, and texted students if they missed an assignment. She is an incredibly positive and reliable person, someone who makes it happen. Congratulations, Valentina. Our second winner is Kathleen Mace, Simulation Lab Coordinator for Health Sciences. Simulation lab work became even more important during the pandemic as the RN and VN programs were allowed to use simulation to a greater degree to help students complete. Kathleen came in all summer to help the nursing programs with their teach-outs and was instrumental in creating simulation scenarios with the nursing and EMT faculty. These simulation scenarios were required by the state in lieu of the ambulance ride-along experiences. Kathleen helped develop our check-in process and made sure that students followed proper safety protocols when on campus. And of course, she ran the simulations. She did it all with a smile on her face, saying, "This is just what we do in the nursing field. We rise to the occasion when we are needed." She even loaded nursing instructional supplies into her car and delivered them to faculty so that they could do demonstrations on Zoom. She has been a tremendous support for the faculty and students in that area. Congratulations, Kathleen. Our final classified winner is Wendy Lopez, Online Learning and Educational Technology Specialist. When we first realized that we were going fully online back in March, the OLET team was really on the front line of training and support for faculty, and Wendy played a critical role. She supported the integrations for NetTutor, ConferZoom, Ally for accessibility, Labster for the online science labs, and Proctorio, to name a few. She also supported the development of our Quest online student readiness modules, and she helped to track our TOS certifications and Canvas training. She supported the development of departmental Canvas shells and much of the faculty training for such efforts as academic honesty and video captioning. She has also been an important member of the COVID instructional work group since March. Wendy has done a great job in supporting students, faculty, and staff, and seeks to find innovative solutions to resolve any issues that may arise. Congratulations, Wendy. Faculty, I hope that I have said often enough that we are proud and grateful for the faculty of LBCC. Every week, those teaching the essential labs are here in person, as are the classified staff supporting them, so that our students can acquire the hands-on skills needed to complete their programs. The entire faculty, full-time and adjunct, deserve an award for what they have done to transition their courses and to support our students every day. I am in awe of the work they have done and continue to do. Selecting only a couple of people was very difficult, but we chose those who were important leaders in the beginning and throughout the most difficult months of this work. First, Melvin Cobb, COST faculty member and faculty online coordinator. Melvin had submitted notice that his last semester as faculty online coordinator would be fall 2019, but he agreed to stay on an extra semester to support the institution. When he did so, he had no idea that we would be in a pandemic and that the entire institution would be online in March. But that is what happened, and Melvin met the challenge. The previous year, Melvin had updated and improved our Teach Online Seminar 3.0 to ensure that it contained accessibility and enhanced instruction regarding regular and effective contact. Thankfully, that had been done, and he later went on to create best practice sessions for faculty who had done the 2.0 version and needed that extra instruction. In April and May of this year, Melvin supported over 230 faculty in getting certified in TOS 3.0. He also agreed to continue on, helping us a second time past his term, when in June and July, He, along with Michael Robertson, who's similarly been fantastic, certified over 400 more faculty, making the overall number of those certified over 630 in 4 months. Many of the faculty Melvin helped through the training were not faculty who had ever envisioned themselves teaching online or going through the training. He worked very closely with many, answering countless questions and emails with patience, respect, and care. Congratulations, Melvin, and thank you. Wendy Koenig, Curriculum Chair and Academic Senate Executive Committee member. As Curriculum Chair, during a time when the institution went completely remote and ultimately mostly online, Wendy had to shoulder a great deal of responsibility in regards to how our institution was going to respond to being in this situation. She was clear from the beginning that we were going to do this right, because that's what our students deserved. She was instrumental in working on the DE Emergency Remote Addendum required by the Chancellor's Office. That included decisions about curriculum and how we would handle the DE addenda. The Chancellor's Office also required a professional development plan, and along with Jerry Florence and Suman Mandanuri and other members of the Senate Exec, they were instrumental in the decisions about ensuring that our faculty would be properly trained. She and Senate President Jerry Florence held to the principles and philosophy behind the 10+1, that we would have quality instruction and uphold the 10+1 principles in all conversations and decisions, something that cannot be overstated. Wendy helped and supported faculty as they put hundreds of courses through the DE addendum process, as well as continued to run the curriculum committee in a streamlined, respectful, and efficient manner for which all of us are greatly thankful. She also helped to ensure that our students had EW and pass, no pass options when that was offered by the Chancellor's Office and supported by the CSU, doing what was best for students. During the same time, Wendy also continued to lead efforts to continue the cultural curriculum audit, which was created back in late 2018. Schools throughout the state and even other parts of the country are now looking to us as leaders in this work. Congratulations, Wendy. And finally, administration. Firstly, I cannot say enough about the Dean team and the directors who support academic affairs. I am thankful for the work that we are a team and work together as well as we do. They have all gone above and beyond, and it pained me to make this decision about a single winner, because they're all winners, every one of them. But due to what this person had to deal with in the earliest days, the person chosen for this award from administration is Hussam Kashu, Associate Dean, Online Learning and Educational Technology. Back in late February, he and I were talking about what could potentially happen with the pandemic. Our college responded as quickly as it did, partly from the work that Hussam did early on. He started planning what the initial training would need to be to get faculty onto Canvas and Zoom. He led 32 workshops, both in-person workshops and online, between March 10th and March 20th. He and his team answered over 2,000 individual calls, emails, and walk-ins from March 10th to the end of spring. Support requests included topics such as Canvas and Zoom how-tos, closed captioning, how to upload videos, how to use Camtasia, and later Labster and Proctorio. He continues even now to evaluate new software packages and update trainings. Under his leadership and in collaboration with the Academic Senate, over 1,000 faculty received some type of training for the approximately 2,000 course sections that were transitioned to remote instruction. He, along with support from IITS, created the new COVID website for faculty where all the supports and trainings for faculty were presented. We relied on him and his team, which he led through the initial days of the transition to emergency remote instruction. The hours he put in were extraordinary, and he was a calm and in control throughout what was really a chaotic time. He also worked very well with Suman Mandanuri, our PD coordinator, faculty PD coordinator, and Michael Robertson, our new faculty online coordinator. We are indebted to Hussam for his efforts on behalf of the entire institution. Congratulations to all the winners from Academic Affairs. Thank you for making such an enormous impact on the institution, our faculty, staff, and students. Go Vikings!
I'm Marlene Drinkwine, Vice President of Business Services. I want to express my deep appreciation and gratitude for all the administrative and business services team members for their dedication and hard work in supporting remote instruction, business continuity, and ensuring that our campuses continue to be safe. I know it's been challenging, but I am so proud of my team for really stepping up these past few weeks. Thank you to Business Support Services, Facilities, Fiscal Services, IITS, and the Small Business and Entrepreneurship programs. Great job. I'd like to recognize those administrative and business employees that have exemplified incredible service to LBCC. These individuals were key players to creating new electronic business processes, developing systems to support students, and ensuring our campuses are safe for essential personnel and students to implementing COVID-19 response plans. These employees represent the very best of LBCC, and they are Sharon Peterson, 10,000 Small Businesses Alumni Manager, Scott Suvich, Web Developer 2, Pedro Garcia, Custodial Supervisor, Cindy Smith, Risk Services Coordinator, Juan Herrera, Skilled Maintenance Worker, and Elise Newgood, Accountant. There are so very many of you who have gone above and beyond from the executive leadership team. Thank you for making such an incredible impact on the LBCC community. Go Vikings!
Hello Viking family. I'm excited to recognize the hard work and achievements of the Student Services area. Since the college went remote last March, Student Services has worked tirelessly to support students in the transition to remote instruction. From the expansion of Cranium Cafe to counseling and other service areas, to the creation of a comprehensive student emergency aid application, to the distribution of Chromebooks, hotspots, and expanding the Viking Vault grocery distribution, to other service areas like veterans and the health center, offering in-person services to ensure students are properly served. Student Services has demonstrated a strong commitment to continue to serve our students to the best of our abilities in these very challenging times. In recognition of some of the exemplary work happening in Student Services, I'd like to begin acknowledging Student Services Viking Impact Award honorees with our 2 Student Equity team members. Linda Olmos is an award honoree because of her unwavering commitment to serve and advocate for students, especially those most significantly impacted by the pandemic. Not only has she taken a lead in our technology distribution events, she engaged in a continual improvement process to ensure all aspects were student-centered. For the Justice Scholar students, she was able to secure donations for school supplies and food to provide support throughout the summer and beginning of the fall semester. She also implemented advocacy circles to provide support to JSP students while simultaneously expanding their on-campus and off-campus network of resources. Linda's work has been timely, responsive, and most importantly, aligned with the essential needs of many of our most impacted student populations. Our second member of the equity team is Lupe Pasillas. Lupe was instrumental in moving Viking Summer Voyage, a 2-week summer bridge serving 500 students, from an in-person format to an online experience. In addition to creating the Summer Bridge, Lupe managed to quickly pivot from in-person high school services to remote services for incoming students. Through these efforts, the college has had a second year of growth in high school applicants despite the pandemic. Lupe also converted traditional matriculation events to an online format, which was critical in providing onboarding support to new students. Through these efforts, Lupe consistently demonstrated creativity, flexibility, and resourcefulness in pivoting to online services while remaining student-centered and equity-focused. Next up, from the Enrollment Services Department is Farzio Katab, our Business Service Analyst 2 in Financial Aid. Farzio was essential in getting our CARES Act funds awarded and dispersed to students this past spring. Routinely, he worked late nights and weekends to get the awards set up and processed. He remains involved as he loads and disperses all our CARES Act funds this semester. Farzio was also valuable in getting our Cal Grant process automated, which saves countless staff work hours and has sped up the processing of new Cal Grant awards. Thank you, Farzio. For the last 4 months, J Pharma and Admissions and Record has gone above and beyond by supporting students with their diploma needs. In addition to supporting the implementation of the diploma mailing process with our vendor, J has ensured that students from previous semesters who have indicated they are in dire need of their diploma versus their transcript get their diplomas mailed to them in an expedited manner. J is an award honoree for having a positive service-oriented approach to helping our students during this challenging time. Thank you, Jay. In Student Affairs, I would like to identify 2 Viking Impact Award honorees, Taylor Robertson and Derek Ori. They continuously go above and beyond to do what it takes to support our students in various capacities. They have been the biggest supporters of our Viking Vault grab-and-go grocery distribution, in addition to their regular responsibilities. They consistently provide support in not only packing 300+ grocery bags per event, but also assist on distribution days as cars fill the parking lot. To top it all off, they are mindful to greet each student warmly and with encouragement, despite the grueling heat we had during the spring and summer. Thank you, Taylor, and thank you, Derek. Our athletics honoree is athletic training room team leader, Mary Aha. She has worked diligently to put a resocialization plan in place that is superior in comparison to any other community college plan in the state or country. Working remotely, she continues to care for our athletes and prepare them to be able to compete whenever athletics resumes, while also coordinating these efforts of our training room staff and the physician. Thank you, Mary. Rounding out our Viking Impact Award honorees is our outstanding online counseling coordinator, Javier Villaseñor. I would like to recognize Javier for all the Cranium Cafe front desk lobby creations, onboarding, and training for both student services and instructional areas that he has facilitated. He has worked collaboratively to coordinate trainings for individual departments, to set up virtual front desk services and counseling services. Because of his work, 33 programs and service areas across campus have adopted and have been offering services through Cranium Cafe. From counseling to enrollment services, to student affairs and the welcome centers, as well as other instructional areas. Thank you, Javi. In closing, I want to congratulate all the Viking Impact Award honorees from Student Services. We greatly appreciate and acknowledge all the hard work that you do for our students. You uplift us, and you're the very best that LBCC has to offer. Go Vikings!